and welcome to a stitch with me. I don't know how much my camera's going to pick up, but you can see it clearly now, but my head bobbing in and out and stuff, it may go blurry. So when I find videos such as this and people are telling stories, I don't watch what they're doing. I just listen to the story and do my own stitching. So that's the idea here, because I can't imagine that anybody's going to just sit there and stare at a cross-stitching happening. Okay, so I have a short-term memory. Light green 676, which isn't the true number. It has to be number 17. I had this all set up, but I have so many different threads out. Number 17 is this color, which is that color. Good, I got it right. I'm very surprised that these things do not get tangled up with as sloppily as one treats them. I am working on this. It's called Old World Map, and I'm working right up in here. This little, I don't know what it's called. So just thought I'd let you know where I'm working, right here in the middle. That little emblem thingy. I just wanted to get enough done on any particular cross stitch to where I do an update. It will have enough there to be significant to show. I'm having speech issues as well. Trying different medications on myself for things that I have not been diagnosed with, just because I've told the doctor I think I have ADHD, because you go to work on something and then you get distracted and you never finish the first thing, and then you have 15 different things happening, and yeah, I think that's an ADHD. So we tried that, but it seems to make other things worse. My memory, my motor function, my speech. It's very embarrassing, see, when I try to talk and I stumble over words, or I cannot remember the name of simple things. So we will see how this video goes. After I itch my nose. All right, let me grab a... It is full bloom. It's not official summer, but it's in the 80s here. It's going to be in the 80s all week. Today is the 24th of May. Today, we were supposed to have our last frost. Next week does not show any signs of that. It's going to be the lows of the 50s. So unless something changes, we are going to get it really late. And I have to depend on that for planting seeds and corn and other frost issue plants. I'm trying to itch my nose right now because the last thing I need to do is take a Benadryl to knock me out. Okay. I have my little notepad here. So I have been using an app on the phone to help me stay organized, and it tells me what rooms to clean. A couple weekends ago, I did my washroom, and I completely cleaned it. And a few days later, it's just as messy because I have a tendency to put things there, like my bucket of seeds, and just sit them there without putting them where they're supposed to go. So things get clustered. And it's very annoying. And even though I see it there and I know it doesn't go there, I do not feel like taking it and putting it where it goes. And right now where it goes is apparently in the living room floor. And my cats got into a bag of flower seeds and chomp that open for whatever's in there that they like. So things just I don't put things where they're supposed to do, where they're supposed to go. I don't have any energy. I've taken lots of iron. Doctor said iron was fine, but I took some more and then I had good energy, and then all of a sudden I don't. All the blood tests are good. I'm going to go see the doctor again for more blood tests since my last appointment because my cholesterol was high. So I'll get that here in June. Late June, I have to go over to the coast to help a family member move and pack things up and straighten the house out because she's in her 80s. So I'm going to be sewing an awning, the edging of an awning for their house, modular. And I'm going to bring one of my older Singer sew machines that there's the word gap, refurbish. The 1900 black ones. I'm also going to bring a walking foot because I don't know the thickness we're talking about. So we'll do that. She has 2 cats, so I'm going to be redoing her cat towers and stuff with the sisal rope, just like I did mine. So she got that stuff ready for me. She'll have little things. Okay, and that's the other thing I do is I drop a lot of things. And I just dropped the magnet, the other part of the magnet for this. And it's going to stay on the floor. I can't find it. So luckily I have more magnets right here. See if I can coordinate. Let's see. This is front. This is back. Oh gosh, that's a weak magnet. Well, that's stupid. All right, let's try this again. This is a very strong one, but it's a rounded glass and it does not hold the needle well. Nope, this is not sticking. Okay, stupid. Yes, I am going to call myself stupid. You can't do anything about it. I do it off camera, on camera. People think I call the item stupid. You can interpret whatever you want. Dad always said, use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Yep, now I see what he's talking about. But this is part of the birth defect when you're born to an alcoholic mother. Say I need more. See, I said that backwards. All right, onwards we go. I bought some carnivorous plants from a company in Oregon. It is 2 hours away from where I will be going, so I can't go to them, and they're not open to the public. But I bought a Venus flytrap and 2 pitcher plants. And the Venus flytrap got fed, but every time it gets fed, the traps turn black and die. They expect to have full 12-hour sun, which they're going to get today, and they're currently out. They have to stay inside of diluted water, inside of a container. They are a bog plant, and the pitchers just have to stay wet, but they cannot be in water all the time. So those are out there getting their sun. I don't think they're going to survive long. I've been through lots of forums, talked about what needed. I have a grow tent with a light. So I'm just experimenting. I'm not holding my breath. I don't spend a lot of money on it. If it doesn't work, I move on because it's not my thing. I love carnivorous plants. I can feed them. I can let them get their own bugs, but I have enough plants as it is. So we'll see how that goes. I sold my very big Monstera plant. The gal locally wanted to know if I had any other pictures, and I said no, that was just a picture, but a lot of the leaves are behind the curtain. And when I brought it out on the porch, she saw it and said, boy, is it bigger than I thought it was. And she gave me $60, and I was only asking $50. So that was good, and she's gone. I've got a couple of her babies, I think 3 different cuttings from her. We'll start over, and this time I'll I have those posts, the moss poles that I just bought. And we'll do that right. I have a couple plants that I have to use the moss poles on and straighten their leaves up. I've been a bad habit of not doing those trailing plants that need to have a moss pole. I just let them grow wherever. And it's harder to get them to do what you want them to do when you're falling behind, because I have so many other things to do. That's why I have an app on the phone to tell me what room to clean and what to do. And I still cannot concentrate to do that, as you can tell by my cross stitching. So this time my app picked the kitchen. So I fill up the sink with sudsy water, soak the dishes, do the dishes, clean a certain section of the counter, let it dry, come in here and cross stitch, and then go back and do a little more section and then continue on that way. It's going to take me months probably just to do the kitchen alone, because there's drawers to be gone through and all that, but something has to change, and I just don't have the capacity to keep something that is very clean, organized, I should say. If I'm at somebody else's house, that's no problem. I have to, be nice and put things where they're supposed to go, put things back. I mean, after all, right? But I just don't have that habit at home. We all live the way we live. All right, so we're doing that. Come on. Let's see here. Young bucks. My note says young bucks. We have 5 bucks that are in velvet because they're growing their horns. They're hanging around each other. One of those has been tagged. They usually tag them from the DFW because there's something wrong, or they just want to keep track of the new population or whatever. So between my neighbor and myself, we've been chasing them out of our yards because I'm trying to train them, and I have all this chicken wire around my lilac bushes and the wires around different things, and it gets very frustrating that I cannot build myself a fence to keep the damn things out. So I have gotten some pinwheels from the Dollar Tree. I've hung some chicken wire around the lilac bush, which the lilac bush is done blooming. And then I have, what's it called? Wind chimes. So it looks like it's working. Even some of them come in and lay down on my lawn. I don't want that. It's just because I don't want them to have a habit of coming here like I did last season. And it was just annoying. You think you're being nice to them and friends, and they get up and they go into your garden, and it's like, no. I don't think so. So I've got to train these young bucks that I do not want their presence here. We will see how it goes. People said use wind chimes. That didn't work alone. So then I had all this chicken wire. I have a chicken wire around my lilac bush, and then I have several small rolls of chicken wire just dangling from that to make it look scary. And some of the wind chimes are spinning against something that makes it a weird sound. I've got lights that go on at night. So yeah, so far so good. I finally got the what have yous. The I don't know what the term is. I finally got their attention. We'll see. I want to make it unpleasant to come here. They don't need to be doing this. I don't mind them. I love them. But when it comes to my garden, it all goes to hay in a hail basket. And hay? No, that's not the word. Hell in hand basket. And I'm going to be gone in that June. And I don't know if I'm going to have anybody to come over and water my plants. So that may be another tragedy, to where a whole week without water at the hottest time of the year. No, a whole, see, there we go. a whole week. Did I just say a whole week without water? Yeah. Anyway. It's going to end up killing the strawberry plants. I can't grow any squash or cucumbers or anything like that because I don't know if anybody's going to come here and take care of it. Even though I take care of other people's things, I'm going to try to get a hold of the person who I took care of their stuff. And, you know, I have to go from work to their place, and the only thing I get paid is how many eggs I get. So for 3 days, I got 7 eggs. That's my payment. There's nothing else involved. My gas and all that, right? Whether eggs are expensive nowadays or they're the normal price, she said she is a cheapskate. Well, I'm going to give her a chance to see if she wants to come over and take care of my place. And then if that's not the case, then I'm just not going to do her any more favors. I get burnt. It's just so amazing how I can go out of my way, be the one that introduce myself to new neighbors, and I just stop loaning them my stuff. I just separate myself from everybody because it seems like they take advantage of it. There's a single person. Let's ask them to watch our house and our dog while we go camping every time and go on vacations and stuff. Yep. If you so much as mention your price, they get all freaked out, but you know, it comes with a cost. What if the dog got out and got hit by a car? I don't want that on my responsibility. Heck no. If the dogs listen to commands, if they're dogs I can handle, which I can't anymore with my bad knee, then so be it. But yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Chickens are easy. You don't have to, move them. You don't have to pet them. You just throw them their food and let them be. So we'll see how that goes. But that's, I'm going to take off a week in June and then 2 weeks back to back in August, which in turn I will just be staying home and what have you. But I'm waiting for that stupid last frost date. It's like, still not here. Unless I missed it, but I don't remember anybody saying that we've had a frost date yet. And I don't remember frost. I know we haven't had frost in the mornings. So we shall see. All right. Boom. This. All right. So we took care of carnivorous plants. Took care of young bucks. Cat posts. I have a video out there that shows the cats playing with their new box that I made with a whole mess of windows and what have you. And they're thoroughly enjoying that. My nose is itching. So they have this tall post and it has carpet on it. And every time they scratch it, all those carpet pieces come undone and go on the floor. And it makes it look like it's my own carpet, which it's not. But I thought it was quite entertaining. Let's see here. Is that? Yeah. So I just trimmed that, took some sisal rope, and started winding it around. And it's as good as new now. It's ugly, but it still works. And I'd rather them do the sisal rope than the carpet. I went by a house on my way home to work yesterday. No, see, that's wrong. On my way home from work, and there was a tower just like mine, but it was bright pink. It's like, a cat tower, that is. See how I'm struggling with words and stuff? Yeah. Careful with the medicines you take. It could make you worse. I stopped one already because I have a heart issue, and it said it was bad for if you had a particular heart issue, which was not mine, but nonetheless it made my heart man, I got frozen. Yeah. It made my heart how do you say? Make the heart do its thing. It's what's the term I'm looking for? Palpations. Made it palpate more, so I told the doctor I am stopping that one. I don't need any more heart issues. I gotta live with what I've got. Just a minute, I think I got a bloody nose. Stress. Every time I talk, and I can't talk correctly, I stress out. And that causes a nosebleed. There we go. All right. It is very frustrating. So, yeah, I redid the post, the box. They love that. Keep them entertained for a minute. The other bad habit I have is, for example, I have these tiny little scissors that were strictly for cross-stitching. And I used them yesterday on the cat because her backside was all disgusting. And that would get closer. But that was hard in itself. So now I can't use those scissors. I got tons of others just like it. But it's like, that's the thing. I just take something, don't replace it, don't put it back where it's supposed to be. But I'm not going to use those on this anymore. Even if I clean it, it's just kind of... Those are going to be dedicated to that area, as it were. But yeah, I don't put things back and all of a sudden you find 6 scissors and you find 12 flashlights and you put them all together and then you go and put them into the rooms you want them to. Like for flashlights, you just get disorganized. And you borrow something from one room that's supposed to stay there and you bring it over to something else and say, I'll do that later, and you don't do it. So then you can't find a flashlight or a scissors. So annoying. I know there's others out there like it. But it's one of those when you get in trouble, you think you're the only one getting talked to, and you're not. You just don't need to know about their troubles. So same thing with this. Nothing's going to make me feel better, even if others say that they have it as well. But it just, find humor in it so it doesn't eat you alive. That's all I can say, man. Alright, so any of you that like to listen to stories and stuff while you're cross-stitching and doing your crafts, if you haven't already, go over to Dizzy Stitcher. He doesn't know me from anybody. You know, I'm not one of those that constantly talks to him, but his name is Dizzy Stitcher. He's out of the UK. His name is Darren. He lives with some cats. He works at a lumber mill. Ouch. Over there, so he tells you the stories. He then does weekly updates to show you what he's working on and how far he's gotten. And he stitches way more than I can. You know, when he's done with his work, he just stitches and then he shows you an update and he's got a lot done. I got so many other things. If I got stuff organized, like my living room and my kitchen and everything cleaned and everything whatnot, then I can concentrate on these and do it without the guilt of, oh, I still have to do dishes. I still have to vacuum. But vacuum and dishes are a weekly, daily thing. I just want to get things to a certain point to where it's like, okay, I can feel okay about doing some cross-stitch without putting off something that really needs to be done. So, I got some more up here. My arm's bleeding because I like to scratch. I've always been a scratcher. Always have problems with things. Always. Alright, so now I'm going to trace my needle through the back to where I need to go next. Kind of hide it underneath. It's very hard to grab it because of the edging of where I'm going. Put it where I want to go. Flippy. Alright, here we go. Okay, so we did that. Recap posts. Cleaning rooms. Yeah, we already talked about that. I need some sort of something that allows me to focus and not get bored with what I'm doing. I have music on. I do things in a section. I remember my dad asking us to clean, and he goes, start in this one area, clean all that up, and then go ahead and move to the other area. And I said, the other area is going to go to the first area, and it's going to be all messy. How am I supposed to get anything done? Then the other rule I found is clean what you want to clean, but as soon as you touch something, don't just put it over there and you'll get to it later. Either A, make a pile of all the things that are going to go somewhere else, or take that item and go put it where it's supposed to go, and just don't, put it in that room. Put it where it's supposed to go. Well, I don't have any places where things are supposed to go. I just put them in the rooms. If that makes sense. Because every room is a freaking mess. Come on, stupid. There you go. Come on. Okay. Alright. Well, it has been an honest chat. Whether you agree and don't agree, I don't care. People want me to still do my videos, but I guess I'm looking for more equality with comments. There's a lot of likes. There's tons of views. I have my short. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I have a short out there, and it's a windy day. And it has over 1,500 views. And it has one comment. Now, seriously? Huh. Wow. I don't understand. But then again, I do, because if I were to scroll through shorts, I'm not commenting on everything. I'm just looking at it, enjoying it, and then going on. It doesn't mean I have to, comment on everybody's video or short that I see. So I get it, but I guess I just take it more personally because I'm looking for conversation. And I'm getting that on some of my videos, and I appreciate it, like the cat tower and the box and stuff, but I don't know, I guess I'm just that lonely to where I need to have that conversation and look forward to comments and conversing back and making a conversation out of it. So as you'll notice, I don't have any lives recorded because there's nothing that happens, and I just delete them when I'm done. Who's going to sit there and watch silence? Yep. That's the way it goes. So I think I will go back to the kitchen. I'm looking outside, nice and sunny. We're supposed to get up to 85 today. And I'm going to be outside with my phone and enjoying the weather. Get myself a little bit of a tan and vitamin D from the sun. And probably feed my traps. My carnivorous traps. I have some potato plants that I realized from last season. They're called early grows, and they never flowered. I always thought that they needed a flower for you to get your potatoes. That is not the case. I'm like, never knew that. So, because I want to grow peanuts as well, but peanuts are so expensive for online. If you do it through Etsy, and I don't need a big bag of, 50 peanuts, so I don't bother doing that. I hear my mailman. Perfect timing. I will finish the square here, or these squares, and then I'll let you go. It's been long enough. I have no idea how long I've been talking. Probably about 30 minutes. But I want to go get the kitchen done because I have some arrow gardens. One of my arrow gardens, it's called Weighty Eye, is what I call it, from Amazon. The light fits inside, so you have your base where all the plants are, and then you have your tube for your light, and it goes down inside and it connects the electrical for your light, and that has been not working. The pump works, but not the light. So I took it out. I did a little scratch test of the connectors, which you can do with sandpaper, and that worked. It turned it right on, but if you slightly touch the head, it blinks on and off. So it's a loose connection somewhere. I went through it all, not sure. So yeah, unfortunately, Arrow Garden's out of business now, which is weird. So I'm glad I got what I got, and I also got one from Goodwill, which I haven't even opened yet. I just used. So, all right, let me tie this off, and I'll let you guys go. And then I don't know when I'll have an update on all my cross stitching because barely getting it done. The one that I was going to bring to The coast, I'm not going to get that done in time. I realized it now, so I just stopped working on it so hard. I'll be bringing back the frame that they bought thinking they were going to get it. And yeah, I wasn't thinking ahead of time to work on it longer. So I would like to get it done and send it to them, but then they'd have to buy another frame and yada, yada, yada. But anywho, it is what it is. So I'm going to let you guys go. Leave any comments, questions, whatever. Let me know if you want to hear about certain stories. Those who know where I work. Oh, look, the bucks are in my neighbor's yard. Haha. And then give me ideas of what to talk about. And then that can get the conversation started, right? I hope. All right. So until next time, thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.